Welcome back to Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about some rumors that are getting confirmations, and we're going to talk about all of this. And I did want to put this in my news segment because I just have too much to say about it. But before we get into it, I want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I want to say is yes, I will have some year-end top figure videos coming. I'm actually was waiting for more to show up. I'm going to give it to the end of the year, and then I guess on the 1st you'll start seeing those. And the other thing is, I'm kind of excited about what's going on with EARTHRISE and Siege and what's going on right now with all these. I kind of think this is going to be kind of the last hurrah of G1. So that's part of why I'm excited. The other part is because they look so good and so G1. So let's get right into this. So it appears that there are some code numbers showing up in the Walmarts about all of these rumors. So now they're sort of being confirmed that they're in the computer at Walmart or whatever. I actually can't verify that. I can't go to the site and look any of this stuff up and find it. So I am, of course, going to take that with a grain of salt. And so this is still partially into the rumor category, but it does feel kind of good saying, hey, we're getting closer to these things coming out. So the first thing I want to talk about are the Battlemaster kind of stuff that's out there. So they have Battlemaster Rung, which is pretty cool. I like the Target Masters, and I really do like the fact that they have the blast effects with them, and I think that's pretty cool. And I know my son likes these. I know I like these. I know that the little pieces that you lose from vintage, to be able to kind of sort of rebuy them again nowadays and have something is really cool for like $5 or $6. But the downside is that Walmart kind of got rid of these, so that's saying that Walmart's going to reintroduce this size. Because I don't know if you noticed, they clearanced them out, and you haven't seen them on shelves. So are they bringing them back? That's an interesting point to this size, this class size of figure. So I guess they are bringing them back. They also speak of a Slither Fang, so hey, maybe that's something that you'd be interested in. Maybe look like a snake, who knows? But that's going to be this size class, and I guess probably another Target Master kind of thing. And they're putting out the Micromaster Racetrack Patrol. So these Micromaster figures, I think they're obviously going to be out like in 2-packs. So I don't know what variation, and there's no pictures yet of any of this stuff. So I'm really just kind of trying to find the best pictures I can to match up. Now, a couple things we have actual pictures for, but we're going to be getting into that when we get to it. So they're also going to do the Micro Masters Astro Squad, and so I don't know a whole lot about these. These are some of the more obscure type of figures. So this is going to be interesting, and I think that they're going just a little bit different route than they were before. So we're getting a lot more different types of ships and trucks and all that kind of stuff than we were getting in the previous. So hey, we're moving forward and filling out a lot of the later G1 figures that not very many people had. So it confirms we are getting Prell Breaker. So he'll be a deluxe scale, probably a retool, of course, of Hoist, and I think it's going to look good. This is actually Magic Squares. I think Magic Square did a great job, but I'm kind of hoping it's going to look as good as Magic Squares, maybe even a little better in some ways, but in other ways it probably won't. It'll have more waffling and kind of opens in the back and here and there, because we've already kind of seen all the pictures of Hoist, but Hoist looks good. I think this is going to look good, so I'm excited for it. So next they talk about Fast Track. So we're going to be getting a deluxe size, deluxe scale Fast Track, sort of similar to what we've seen with some of these other figures where they're, I think, like 6-gun and those that were components of a larger figure. So this is sort of a prelude to Scorponok, although I think it should have been included with Scorponok. That's just my thoughts. But anyway, we're going to be getting that, and so that's something to accompany your Scorponok, and hey, that's pretty cool. And of course, we're just throwing out a name, so there's no details or information on it, and I'm pretty sure it'd be a pretty simple transformation. We don't know if it's going to come apart in pieces and be like add-on, clip-on pieces like they did with the other ones that sort of go with this line, but anyway, I'm looking forward to it. So they're confirming a Sunstreaker, and this image here is, I'm taking it this is a digibash of the Wheeljack. And I was always thinking that Wheeljack would get remolded into this. Actually, people in the comments told me that looks like what might happen. So then I'm on that side of thinking, yes, they probably will do that. And now with this Digibash mock-up, or maybe this is an official picture, heck, I don't know, but looks like a Digibash. I'm thinking, yes, this mold really was made for Sunstreaker and was given to Wheeljack first, because that's kind of a Hasbro thing. But either way, if they pull it off and just, remold Wheeljack into Sunstreaker, and it looks as good as these pictures show, I think that's pretty impressive, to tell you the truth. So we will be getting a deluxe scale Run Amok, and my personal thought is still they're going to take that mold from the Cliff Jumper and make Runabout Run Amok from that mold. And so with that, I'm kind of, I really do think that's what's going to happen. And it makes a lot of sense, and it's probably the only way and chance that we're going to get those figures in the main line. And I don't know, I can't believe we haven't gotten a third party to take it on. But third party takes them on. They're just cool retro G1, would sell well. Not sure why they haven't seen them in Masterpiece, but on the main line, I'm looking forward to them. I just don't want one of them to end up somehow being part of like a 3-pack, because I really didn't like that with the Power Dashers. Okay, so we're about to get into some of the stuff that is a little bit more in depth of what I want to talk about, and that is, well, not so much the Cyberverse, but yes, the Cyberverse, the Quintesson. We heard rumors a while back, or actually a confirmation from somebody who actually saw a Quintesson. They said it seems more like a Cyberverse figure than a mainline figure, than a Siege figure, that it's actually black with the green heads, and described this Cyberverse one to a T. And, I read that, and I reported on that, and I discussed all that, and I got to thinking that, that's not exactly what I was wanting for my Quintesson. So I was thinking, that's not really what I want to see in a Quintesson. And turns out that one really was a Cyberverse one. And it has a function where you kind of push down on it and the head moves and all that stuff. So this is the Cyberverse version. This is $30 for a 3-pack. And I don't think it's bad, but it's not what I was expecting from what we're going to get, what was just confirmed. What was just confirmed is actually the Voyager size, a Voyager class Quintesson. So the thing is, but is not going to be what we get as the Voyager, which the Voyager has a lot of promise still. I think it's going to look great. No pictures of it yet, but we have confirmation the system is still coming, and I think that's going to be one of the things most people look forward to. And of course, I was thinking about picking this guy up too, but it's $30 for this set, and the only thing out of it I'd personally be interested in is this Quintesson, but maybe I could give the other kids figures to my kids, so maybe it might be worth it in the end. So next up we have the Voyager scale Snapdragon, and I'm thinking this is somehow going to be a remold or a reuse of the ape face that they already put out, and I'm kind of hoping that they do a retool of it, of course, and when they do a retool of it, the parts kind of hold together a little bit better in the alt mode or the beast mode. And if so, that's really the only problem that figure really has, is that some of the parts don't hold together so well in beast mode. Now, I was able to get it after fiddling with it a while to hold pretty solid, but then I couldn't seem to get it a second time. So that was my biggest complaint about it. But I always put them in bot mode, and bot mode is outstanding on that figure. So bot mode for Snapdragon should be outstanding also, in my opinion. But I'm still seeing there is going to be a lot of retooling to go from one character to the other character. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be what I would consider a heavy retool, if that's really what they do. So it's going to be interesting to see this figure when it comes out, and I'll definitely be wanting to check it out. And next up we have a leader class double dealer. So I think it's going to be really cool that they make a leader class double dealer. We're getting into more obscure characters that most people that are collecting, like say the MP line, really weren't in on this figure. And most people that, I don't even have a G1 of this. So it's going to be interesting to me to check it out. And of course, I'm probably going to want to buy a G1 once I get it. That's just the weird way things go. But I'm kind of excited for it. But it's leader class. So now I'm starting to think, are we going to be paying $50 for a Voyager scale figure, or is he going to be bigger, more like the Ultra Magnus? Now, I'd like to see him bigger like the Ultra Magnus. I would expect that. At the $50 price point, I don't want extra gimmicks and junk. Make him big. Make him tower over the other ones simply because he's a big character, I think, right? So I'm curious what you guys think about all of these. I know we've discussed some of this before, some of this is new, and having actual confirmation versus just rumors is a little bit more fun than just rumors, and I really would like to see official photos, which, by the way, we don't have long. We've got 6 weeks. We're going to see Toy Fair. We're going to see a whole lot of new stuff, and there's going to be a lot of leaks between now and Toy Fair. So I'm going to be talking about those. Like, subscribe. Titanium Hanger out.